SuperSeizer there, it's my Caesar, and welcome to something called Ghost Story. So this is like one of the top rated games on, browser games on itch.io. Whitewater, get out of my way. So apparently it's like a don't you start to watch. Apparently it's like a ghost novel, visual novel thing, and I'm afraid it's gonna freak me out. They come to us without a word. Brilliant. That makes me feel really good. They noticed the difference after a few months. Something has changed, not only themselves, but also the world around them where it was different. The wind swept briskly beneath the door cracks in time. What? Time, days, weeks, months had become denser. That's excellent. I like that. Sometimes the silence in the apartment was unbearable. I know. I never live without silence. I never live with silence. That's how you say it. It was like the vacuum they lived in, but also outside, among people lively shopping at the streets. They found no escape, and it was as the others looked right through them. They wanted to get noticed, to shout at them. I almost said time. But they could not make a sound. Well, sorry, bro. Oh, that looks creepy. I don't really like the creepy images. Hello? How are you? Why is it always turned upside? Do you notice that like every time I click something, it turns upside down before I click it? You seen it too? Mr. Sheep seeing it? Mr. Sheep, you seeing it? Bah, I am seeing it. Both felt the same way, but did not tell each other about it. Their feelings weren't within their reach, and they just couldn't articulate it quite right. They could only feel the strange silence. Oh, I just hate silence. Silence is my enemy! Oh, hello there, strange ghosts. Hello, hi. Oh my god, this one's a long one. Oh, some door had opened. Thoughts that do not go away and cannot be thought away anymore. Something had changed forever. It came slowly, soft-footed. In the beginning, there was occasional thoughts, which could easily be discarded. But then they settled and showed up starting from the early morning, just after waking up, and more one. What? That made no sense. And the more one wants to banish the other. What? I need to read it. And the more one wants to banish them, the stronger they get. You need a freaking column there somewhere, a comma somewhere there. Like banish them, comma, the stronger they get. I don't know. They always go away for just a short time. Maybe while one is reading a book or looking through the window. But then suddenly come to the surface without prior warning. We are hunted. There's only one short rest, and then it goes to the next round. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. They heard noises from under their beds. The monster! They could see them from the corner of their eyes, but they looked directly, there was nothing to see. But if they looked directly there was nothing to see. Oh, it's like those things where you turn right and you don't see it, and then he's right there, and then you turn left and he's magically gone for some weird reason. Exactly. They couldn't decide what was the better thing to do. Ignore them and try not to listen to them or approach them or speak to them. I don't really like speaking to them. We are hunted. The rooms are haunted. I do not like haunted rooms, have you be? Oof. What? Oh! Ooh, I don't like that effect. They begin to keep watch during the night. Inside they knew that it would not help, but they had the feeling that someone had to stay. That's all. I thought that was something else. That's just the dust on my screen. Had to stay awake at all time. Maybe out of fear, maybe merely to create the appearance of control, the knights stayed quiet, and after some time they nearly thought it was all their imagination. Oh, I just imagine ghosts and stuff under my bed all the time, Mom. Until one night. There was a strange glow under the bed. She shouted, but no one answered. Sorry, Midna, Slowly, unwillingly, she slipped to the edge of the bed and tried to look under it. That's always a bad idea. Always a bad idea. Why would you do that? Oh, what is that? Why don't leave me something else? Oh my God, it's weird looking. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's weird. That's creepy. It's weird. I don't know what you're doing. Can you stop? Oh, what the fudge? Oh, what does it do? What does it mean? What does it say? Oh, I can't freaking read a thing. I lead a double life. I saw him laying underneath with pocket flashlight in his hand. In the night, while I was sleeping with his back turned to me, his torch blinds me. In the night I am, dazzling someone else, I saw his back. He talks to someone else. I pull myself up again. Oh, more random character. Who was he talking to? Breathe, be quiet. This is freaking weird. Why are you freaking two-headed? Okay, that's a three-headed monster right there. Ooh, that's gross. Took a hot bath, so hot that it was just unbearable. Dove in, 3 with her head, wanting to forget. Oh, what are those noises? Wanted to forget everything and just sink into 4, the foam. What the heck? What's 1 and 2? Time went by, and as came out of the water, 6 all sorrow, 7 and felt light and unburdened until 8 gazed under to the ceiling, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, what the fudge? Oh, that looks like a hole. And weird. Seemed to be farther away from normal. The paint which had spread all over the wall, left the tub and wrapped a fresh towel around. When troughed the apartment on wet feet, the water from hair trickled onto the wooden floor. In the door frame was a notch which had never seen before, rhymes, as well as another hole in the wall behind the desk. Couldn't understand how I could have overlooked this whole time, 'cause you're being hunted. One time they sat side by side on the couch watching TV. Both had very quiet the whole day. They watched, and you spelled watch that wrong, in silence while eating the warm meal from yesterday. Suddenly paused, stopped the movement, the fork still in the air, and said, pondering, still looking to the TV. Why is the fork in the air? Sometimes one forgets the others are real human beings, have their own thoughts, and a whole world inside themselves. Sometimes one has to remember that so not to forget it. Turned around to and looked at with strange eerie look, got goosebumps, then turned back to the TV as they both resumed eating and did not talk anymore. On that day, it was the last. She had a bad feeling in her stomach. The feeling had set in her stomach and everywhere else, and she couldn't shake it off. Her contact lens itched in her eyes, and her sight was blurred. She had to blink all the time. What's wrong with blinking all the time, huh? The feeling as if she might have pulled them in the wrong eyes. The right one in the right one in the left eye, and the left in the right. For a short moment, she had to think about where that was left and where it was right. After she remembered and stood still for the moment and raised her dominant arm, the right one, she felt a bit stupid. She shook her head and proceeded walking at a faster pace. As long as she behaved normally, everything would be normal as well. So what if you behaved abnormally? She continued walking and noticed that she'd become lost. That was strange, because she always took this route. Despite that, the street within the area was unfamiliar. She also had to start to sweat, and then started to shiver because of the cold. And then she was hit with full force. Oh, oh, oh! Matilda? Are you good, boo? Oh, those are not good sounds. She couldn't see the faces of the people on the street anymore. She had become indistinct and blurred. Indefinably grey lumps. She felt ill and dizzy. She had to hold onto a railing so she not fall down. But then she flinched because she couldn't recognize the railing anymore. You freaking lost your mind. She knew it was there. She knew it. It was a dark green railing, but she couldn't worry about how someone became blind. That is scary. There were just parallel rods, but they couldn't serve a purpose. They were made by nobody, made just no sense. As she looked up, there was no houses anymore. The houses were not houses. She could glance through and could only see the pieces, the atoms. Whoa, I wish I could see atoms of things. Like, whoa, I can see the atoms of something, a ball. But not the house as a whole anymore. The house was just there, and I don't know if they spelled that word wrong or something. Atmos figures, which had been people one time but not anymore, were walking in and out. Also, the rest of the city consisted of atoms. Sometimes she stumbled upon them and bumped against them, but she didn't know what they had, or what it was or had been, and she had never made her way forward. And she made her way forward, struggled through the entanglement of absurd quarks. But she didn't want to look at herself. She was scared that she was purposeless being herself. Unspeakable horror crept over her. Her senses were numb, or maybe she could now see how much more before. Oh, everything's X'd out on the screen. As if everything... I don't know if that's something that she doesn't want us to read. Maybe a bit absurd. For example, the street sign or whatever it was, she couldn't even decipher. Ridiculous. She laughed hysterically. She walked and soon felt ill again because she thought about the sign. All humans were dead, and it would mean nothing like herself. Oh, that is scary. At one time, everything went the wrong direction. But we didn't know whether we could have changed something. Maybe there have been places we shouldn't have been to. People we shouldn't have talked to. Thoughts we shouldn't have thought. But it was too late. For a long time now, and the events had grown to their own consciousness and didn't want to return to their old places. The end. It was never the end. Whoa! That was weird. What? It was never the end? It was never the end. That's a little bit freaky. That's a little bit weird. That's a little bit crazy. But whoa, that was cool. That was a really cool game. I thought it was banging, fantastic. I found it a little bit weird that I had to go in and out of full screen for some weird reason because my freaking computer is a piece of A-balls. But it was a cool story nonetheless. The story is just a tiny bit confusing to me. Like, it goes off on the story as we, and then it switches to the girl's perspective. And then she, sees more stuff. I have no idea. What was she hit with? I bet it was aliens. Why do I feel like it was aliens? But that was cool. It's another Twine type story, which I thought was awesome. So, because I really liked, what was the other one? The Temple of No. That was a really good Twine story, I thought. And this one was cool too. So, thank you all so much for joining me this video. If you did enjoy, blast the like button with how you can. Don't forget to subscribe. This is my boss. And I will see you guys in the next video. Woo! that's a wrap for today. It's pretty good. I liked it. It's a creepy, weird ghost story. Time to leave.